Hey, everybody. Here is your introduction to landscape photography. And what we're trying to do in this unit is work a little backwards, meaning instead of me instructing straight up about different types of landscapes and different questions that arise when we do landscapes, what we're doing is pretending that we went on a vacation together. We went around the world. We took some pictures and we're going through them, trying to figure out which are better landscapes, which photos are actually even landscapes, and maybe philosophize a little bit about what is the purpose of landscape photography and landscape art in general. Like, why do we make pictures of the landscape or seascape or cityscapes, right? And as we go through uh, editing decisions, we're really addressing these questions that are on the slide right here. Okay, so I'm asking everybody to stay with me in Zoom or watch these videos if you miss a Zoom and edit photos with these questions in mind right here. And together we will do 5 of them. And then I want you guys to pick another 5 from the folder that's been shared to you. We have more landscapes to edit, number 2. And you guys do another 5 down here, your edits or my edits down here. And you create your own slides from any other 5 pictures in that folder that we don't do together. And with each slide, what we're trying to do is make changes and explain the changes in this in this text box right here. All right. So with this first one, what we did, it looks subtle at first, but if I go over here to the Photopea, you can see this is the original photo. And when the question we asked with this one was, well, what is it trying to show? You know, it's not a very powerful picture in terms of the subject, right? We don't necessarily have like an obvious focal point. My eyes are going to the tree in the distance. My eyes also going, of course, to the color in the grass, that kind of orangey color, right? Which is the opposite of the blue in the sky. But there's no like one thing, one literal quality in this picture that I really focus my eye on. So maybe what we do in this type of picture is realize that, well, it's not a big landscape, it's not a grand landscape, and it's not a small detail, it's somewhere in between. And that really presents us with the first question of landscape photography is like what to include, what makes a landscape, and at what point does it go from landscape to being a detail of nature and not so much a landscape picture. And this one's in between. So when we edited this together yesterday, we decided that this is really a picture about light and about texture and color. So what we did was, in order to emphasize that idea about texture and color, we made these changes here. We cut out the van. We eliminated the cars and people that were out in the distance. We brought up some hue and color and contrast in the grass. We affected, this one looks a little roughly edited here, but we affected the clouds, made them a little pink in one of the classes, right? That's the hue and saturation edit. And we're using masks, as you can see here, to selectively edit certain areas. Let's turn that one off for a moment. There's one version of the picture, right? Simplified and trying to get down to the basic elements that we want to include without any distractions like people or cars. And with this adjustment on it, the brightness and contrast adjustment, what we're doing is moving the light over towards the tree, in which directs the viewer's eye towards that a little more. It emphasizes this left side a little more and moves us into the picture. Now, being that's at the edge of the picture over here, it's in danger of having us look over to the side and then leave, right? So whether this is a very powerful picture or not, what we studied with this is the idea that you have to decide on what to include and how to emphasize what you're trying to say.